Hope you can see the water just pouring in. Just pouring in. And I don't know if you can make out the rapids, but that water is just pouring into the farm. Coming from here, so as you may be able to tell, hopefully you can. It's not the greatest camera in the world, but we've got a stream coming from down there and comes straight into the farm. So, this area up here, where this immediate area that we're looking at now is not my area. But up there is, but I don't even think, I've not been able to get up there yet. Heading this way, going that way, it gets pretty deep, and that is very deep. That's a pond that hits that turn, makes this turn. There's a pond there. So I've not been up there, but that's area that I'm supposed to be farming. It's high ground, so it's probably just gorgeous, enjoying the rain. But I'd have to walk through this to get up there, and I haven't decided to do that yet. I may just make the fair assumption that the highest ground is beautiful ground and just enjoying a nice watering. I think that's reasonable, and so why bother walking through the stream to go see which is probably, you know, self-explanatory. So here's this pond that's overflowed, and I know it's deep. It was deep before. There's no reason to believe it won't be deep. So now we'll go over to the fields, which I've already been to, and I'm just kind of licking my wounds. It's pretty bad. So I don't really have good words to describe the fields other than a disaster that I'm paying for. So I guess you can kind of get a sense. So as we head toward it, so the pond has made it to here. The pond has made it all the way to here. So you can't get over there. Over there is the access to that high ground. You'd have to cross this to get to it. And here is the park, the fields anyway. So I've walked across it. I don't know if you can make out the orange flags that are out there. I think that's as far as it'll zoom, but hopefully you can see that I have orange flags out there, because I walked it before. I walked across this lake, this stream, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, I'm zoomed in. I had to give everybody a headache. Sorry. But I walked across it earlier today, and yeah, it gets knee deep. This is knee deep in places in my boots, as you can see, and this is just getting into it, so it gets knee deep. And like I said, I'll try to zoom in again, but as far over as those orange flags are, it's wet. So anything that's further out than those orange flags would be fine. But if I had any vegetables growing this year, if I had anything growing that wasn't all the way up there, would be dead. Anything in this area, I'm assessing it to be about 30% of this field. Yeah, about 30% of this field. So I had already marked out a section that I thought was the flood area, but it's worse than that. It goes all the way to that ridge, to that natural ridge, which, safe to say, that would make sense. But I was hoping it wasn't that bad. So this is the largest field, and in a strong rain event, I'll lose 30% of this field. So it almost doesn't make sense to, because all it takes is one rain event and it'll kill everything. So yes, believe it or not, this weed infested area is that area that was once plowed. But again, as you can see, the river, the stream comes in here. And these flags that you can see here, I've walked it, and everything, you know, everything to this side of the orange flags, if it was vegetables or anything planted, it would be dead right now. The only good ground is on this side and leading this way. That would be fine. But once I got to that orange marker, everything over here would be dead right now. So I'm feeling a combination of things. There's a part of me that feels blessed. You can get a better sense of the river, of the stream. Yep, here's the stream. And it comes over here into the grass. You just can't see it because of the tall grasses. But if this was still plowed, you would see it'd be just like a swamp, swamp or marsh that you just can't see now because it's underneath the grasses. I'm assessing that this is a loss of like 40% of this second largest field. You know, yeah, so there's about a 40-45% loss. As you can see, as the stream cuts through, it's right at the top of those flags. Those flags are 24 inches tall if they're standing straight up. Some of it, of course, is still in the ground, but that'll give you some sense of the depth right there.